My friend of 40 years passed away on August the 14th, 2025 on my 59th birthday.
You're watching the Bare Pantry Show.
My family believes that he chose my birthday to transition because he wants me to never forget him. But I believe that if you can choose the day that you leave this earth, he picked my birthday because 2 weeks prior he was angry at me. Well, not so much angry, but upset. So he told me that he was pretty much immobile and that he couldn't get out the bed to go to the bathroom or the kitchen. And his next door neighbor, his childhood friend, was the one that was checking in on him. But the friend had to leave for a 1-week vacation and he would be left alone. So I went into panic mode and I became very stern with him. And I told him, you need to call your doctor and your social worker to let them know that you need help. And he said, I put a call into the doctor, but he's not returning my calls. So I said, give me the social worker's number and name, and I will call her personally to tell her that you need help. You can't be left there alone. And then he says, well, I'm wearing diapers. And I said, you can't be left there alone. You can't go to the kitchen to find food to eat. You can't even answer the door for Uber Eats. You can't crawl to the bathroom. You know, how are you going to manage if there's a fire? So I went into Mama Bear mode. And I knew that he was upset because he started to get quiet. I think he knew he had to go back to the convalescent home, but he didn't want to do that because he said he hated the home that he was in before when I was on my trip to Belize. Now, before I get deeper into this story, I want to show you my birthday vlog because I was making a whole vlog for you guys. It started 1 week prior with me making my birthday outfit. So here I'm showing you that I'm making a 3-tiered or a 3-layered ruffled skirt. This is the day before my birthday. Joe and I are heading out to Costco. So let me tell you what happened. Joe was pulled over by the police yesterday near Home Depot. For what? Because this wasn't working. He probably was running the plates because our registration sticker expires August. But they have no way of knowing what day in August it expires when they first glance at the vehicle. So they can still look it up. But even if it was already expired, right? Let's say it expires on the 8th, but I already paid for it. It just didn't come yet. But let's say it was past the expiration date. They still can't give you a ticket until 30 days after that month ends. So because it's due in August, what if it was due August 31st, right? So they give you 30 days after. So September 30th is when they would start ticketing a vehicle that has an August sticker. I learned that from somebody who worked at the DMV. I'm not sure if that's in every state, but in California it is. So, but you know, we're not past due on anything. I think I paid it on the 5th and it's probably still being processed and then it's going to come and we'll put it on. So Joe said he was a young cop, like early 20s, mid 20s?
28, so 30.
Late 20s, 28, 30. And he was very pleasant. And he just said, I pulled you over because your brake light isn't working. And so we didn't know why it wasn't working. So Joe assumed that it was a bulb, like the bulb blew. So he was on the way to the dentist. So when he came back, he took it apart and the bulb was just loose. So that's why I was checking it just now. That's why the truck was backed in. And that's why I was checking it just now before we took off, because I definitely don't want that to be out because that's a danger. Especially at night, people think it's a motorcycle coming instead of a big car, right? So we're heading to Costco right now. This is the day before my birthday. This is August the 13th. I don't know the time. Touch my watch, Joe. Joe, touch my watch. Tap it. It is 10:45 in the morning. We're heading to Costco because we have to put gas in because we are going to the beach tomorrow. Well, so far we are. They had this tuxedo one and they have these white ones. You guys, they don't make big muffins anymore. They're 8 count for $6.99 and they're little. That sucks.
They look nice.
They always do. They're the same one, they just made them smaller. Let me see what's over here. So then, is it only one? Remember you had to put 2 together? Was it like 6 in the pack before?
Of 8.
Joe, was it 6 in the pack before and you had to put 2? 6 and 6, 12? No, it was not 9. Okay, let's see. Lemon raspberry muffin. Nah, I don't like raspberry. Let's see what's over here. Blueberry. What's this one? Blueberry again. And I think this is one that we could take it or leave it. This was the butter one. The butter one. It was okay, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, I want something different. $6 for the mini. Alright guys, we're trifling, so we're doing a cake early for the birthday.
Oh, you're only 59.
And you're 59?
Can you take a picture with your phone?
You're bringing mortality to things.
Yeah. I married an old lady.
Honey, what?
Are you filming? Okay.
Aren't you like 70?
Doesn't look it.
You know what? I'm good. Maybe.
I know.
Are you gonna be 70?
No, he's 60.
Everyone's gonna be 7.
He's
Jill, where you
66.
been?
I don't know.
Jenny, you know this better than me.
Okay, this is an early happy birthday, guys. Happy birthday to me.
I get them mixed up now they're getting older.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to
me.
Mommy, it's
Happy
your birthday.
birthday.
Yes.
God bless you this day.
I like that one better.
You gave me the gift of another mommy, and I'm proud of you today.
Another mommy, a
Alright.
wonderful mommy.
Mommy, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, mommy.
Wish you peace and goodwill. I wish you praise and joy. I wish you better than your heart's desire and your first kiss from a boy.
What?
I changed some last and lots of electronic toys, cameras and stuff. You got a good picture, babe?
Yeah.
All right, we're doing this early today, guys, the day before my birthday, because we really wanted this cake, but I also wanted my.
Eyes.
I show the baby daddy. I also wanted a Costco cake. We're not having a party, so hey,
He's like, I get Costco cake.
we can do us.
You can have a piece of Costco
Oh.
cake.
Oh, that's good.
Looks so good.
Costco
All right, Jada's gonna take some to work, and then me and Joshua can eat later. Me, Joshua, and Joe can eat later after our dinner today.
Yo.
Cause tomorrow, your girl gonna be at the beach.
You sure bananas?
She gets a piece of mom's birthday cake. All right, yes. Eat that cake, girl. Breathe, girl. Jesus Christ. She swallowed. She swallowed. She swallowed the whole slice whole.
So after we sang happy birthday and everything, I went ahead and made the cake that I really wanted for my birthday. I wanted the Costco cake also, guys, but the kids wanted that more than I did. I just had some of that for Jory's birthday. So I wanted my carrot cake. So here I'm putting in the dry ingredients, the flour, the sugar, the baking soda, cinnamon, stuff like that. I'm gonna put the list of ingredients down below so you guys can know exactly what I put in here. Normally this cake will make a 9x9 carrot cake, like one flat thing, but I want two-layered. I want two-layered cake. So this is the wet ingredients, the oil, the milk, the egg, or the eggs, 2 eggs. Of course, I'm gonna put vanilla extract. Oh, pineapple. Joe had some pineapple, so I just took a slice and crushed it. Took out the core part and I just crushed it. And here comes the vanilla. Okay, Joe, you see me taping, right? And then put all the wet ingredients in with the dry. This is so unprofessional what we're doing right here, but who cares, right? 1 cup of the grated carrots. Thank you, Joe, for grating the carrots for me. I think Joe was either Joe or Joshua grated the carrots. I don't like grating carrots. And of course I'm gonna put raisins because what the hell, I love raisins in my stuff. My kids eat raisins by themselves, but they don't eat raisins inside of things. But in the carrot cake, they will eat it because too bad, so sad. It's my birthday and I'm gonna put raisins. I greased and floured the pan and I put some parchment rounds, cut some parchment rounds. And see 2 little 6x2 pans. I'm gonna put them to bake for about 40 minutes. And then I'm gonna make cream cheese frosting. I don't think I showed that, but I'll put the list of the ingredients for that too below. So let me show you what I had. Joe made stewed chicken and he made a roast. So I had a little bit of roast, little piece of roasted stewed chicken. I have some pasta and a garden salad. And look, the cake is done. And because the day is hot, the frosting is melting, the cream cheese frosting. It's not too much to do the cream cheese frosting either, guys. Just some cream cheese, some powdered sugar, a vanilla extract, and some butter. Okay, so let me cut out my first moist, beautiful slice. Ooh la la sazon. Who remembers that commercial? Yeah, this is my cheesecake ice cream that I've been making from scratch. You'll see that in a different video, okay? So this is for my birthday, and I actually had this on the birthday because let me tell you, let me pause. Remember I said I was gonna go to the beach for my birthday earlier in the video? It didn't happen on my birthday because the brakes went out on the Tahoe, the rear brakes. So Joe ordered them from Amazon and we waited till they came on the 14th on my birthday because he ordered them on the 13th and they were the wrong ones. So he had to order them from a store nearby, and Joshua shopped around to get them for cheaper because when he went to one store it was like $58 and another store was like $79, and then this store was $33, but on Amazon the wrong thing that they sent was $22. So we're trying to get it for cheaper. So Joe changed the brakes on the 15th. No, sorry, on the 14th on my birthday. So we were without the car for a while on my birthday. And then on the 15th we put in the gas and we went to the beach. Yeah, so I figured every disappointment was for the better. What was waiting for me on that freeway, right? For my birthday, because I really wanted to go on my birthday. So look at my outfit. First of all, I made a 3-tiered skirt, one of my off-the-shoulder blouse, beautiful beach color blue with bees on it. I made the hat to match. And I'm just walking to the water pretending. Joe would sing a song, Making Believe. That's what Joe would sing. Because I'm pretending like I'm going to go in this water like Esther Williams. For the young folks watching this video, Esther Williams was a wonderful swimmer from back in olden days. But I'm not getting in this water. But I'm trying to get close enough that it will wet my feet, but I don't really want to walk to where the waves are going to actually come. Look at this man next to me. He's stooping down there spelling out 2025. For what, I don't know. He didn't take a picture with it afterwards or anything. He's just, and I'm watching him like, what are you doing, dude? What are you spelling here? Right? Crazy. And his partner or wife or whoever she is just watching him like, okay, you do you, boo. Afterwards, he goes to the ocean to wash his hands off. And I mosey back to the camera. I have the camera on the stand, by the way. I mosey back to the camera without getting my feet wet, and Joe sent me right back to the ocean. Okay, you're gonna see that. You see how far we are from the ocean, though? The camera is not zoomed in. At the end of the day, the water was coming up to exactly where we were sitting, okay? The waves were crazy yesterday. So I'm coming back and I'm showing Joe my skirt. You know, I'm always so show off when I make my clothes and turn around and show him my pretty clothes. Kind of like a kid trying to show her mom her pretty dresses, right? I remember when I was little, my mom used to sew a lot of my clothes, and one time for my birthday, I've always wanted a new outfit for my birthday. Joe sent me back, see? So, my mom sewed me this brown pantsuit. It didn't have like a formal jacket, but it was a nice polyester brown pants. I don't know what my fascination with brown was at the time. And a brown vest, like a waistcoat. Oh my God, I don't remember what I wore under the vest, but that was like the best outfit that I can remember. And I think she might have made it for my 11th birthday when she threw me a huge party where both bands, my dad's band and the other band that was the most popular band in the land, my dad's band and the other band used to trade off who was the most popular from time to time, season to season. Well, my mom threw me a huge birthday party when I turned 11 with the two bands, but I was only able to stay for a short while, and then she sent us upstairs to our beds because now the adults are gonna party. How you like that? So I came back, and what is Joe telling me? Joe says, go back, your feet still didn't get wet. Go back. It just got a little wet. Man, he was bossy on my birthday. But you know what, guys? I was at my happy place. This is so, I love Santa Monica Beach. A lot of people ask me, why do you like to go to that beach when California has so many more beautiful beaches? And to that, my response is because I love to people watch. A lot of foreign people come to Santa Monica Beach because it's a tourist attraction, and so I go there and I watch them, see what they're doing, try to wonder where they come from and all that good stuff. All right, so I got wet sufficiently for Joe, so I'm coming back to sit. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I'm like, okay, I'm done, Joe, I'm done. So he's like, show me your outfit again. See, he's egging me on. He's so egging me on. And I put on the shirt with this outfit today because I didn't want to have the my bra strap, you know, hidden in the sleeves, because sometimes it'll hurt my shoulder. So I have it set up on top. So we didn't eat yet. After we got to the beach, we didn't eat yet. I'm going to the water again. This time I'm putting the camera in the profile orientation because maybe I could make a short out of the whole thing, right? Yeah, I wish you guys were here with me. I so wish you guys were here with me. So now Joe walked out to the ocean. So I made sure everything was zipped up in our bags and I walked out there to meet him. And so we're just trying to take in this beautiful scenery and atmosphere together, you know? I love spending time with Joe, and I think he loves spending time with me. I mean, who else would drive me, 65 miles to this beach? The drive is always 2 hours going and 3 hours coming because of traffic. Look, the ocean tried to take us out, and this guy was next to us and he goes, the ocean tried to take us out, because it was coming. It got the tail of my skirt wet. Matter of fact, more than the tail. Much of my skirt got wet to the halfway point. So after I came back, I took that sucker off, because with it being wet, if it touched near the sand, it's gonna get stained. And my friend Sarita was like, why are you going to the beach in a white skirt? I'm like, because it's me. I'm extra. So I'm showing you one more time my skirt, because guess what, your girl gonna take this off. I have jeans on underneath it. So Joe went to one end and he goes, catch me running, okay? I want to walk down towards this way, and then I'm going to turn back around and I'm going to run as if I'm young, and I want you to catch me. That's not the way he said it, but that's the way I heard it. All right, so let's catch Joe running. Let Joe have some fun. You know, he had to sit and drive me for 2 whole hours. So watch. Look at him go. I'm not speeding up this footage, you know, guys. This is the regular speed that the footage was taped at. Look at my boo. You know, he's going to be 68 in 2 months. When I met him, he was getting ready to turn 27. Look how long, man. That's a lot of birthdays we've spent together. How many birthdays does that make? How many birthdays have we spent together? Wow, I think it's like 41 birthdays. 41 birthdays. Oh my God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for this time. So he's opening the umbrella because now the sun's coming out. At first it was overcast. See, I took off the skirt. And we're gonna deal with the food now. So what all did we bring? Everything's in little container. You guys, I need a beach cart. I'm gonna go find one and put it on my public wish list. You can never tell. Maybe somebody rich is watching my show that would say, let me give this girl a beach cart. She goes to the beach enough. So anyways, I took white rice. I took the roast that Joe made for the actual birthday. He made stewed chicken for the actual birthday. They made coleslaw. I made some mashed potato. And we have the Costco cake and the carrot cake. Didn't bring the ice cream. Oh, on the birthday, I got to tell you guys what Jory gave me for my birthday. Jory gave me the extract, the cotton candy extract that I wanted. And I made cotton candy ice cream for the birthday itself. But I didn't eat some until I got back home last night. And it really was a couple spoonfuls because it was late and I can't digest, you know, later in the evening. So I didn't want to take a chance. So that came out lovely, lovely. So you're going to use the same base for the ice cream. When I show you how to make the cheesecake ice cream, you're going to use that same base for everything. I'm going to have 2 ways, non-churned and churned. Okay, so this one's going to be churned. Yeah, so I'm just serving. I don't know if I served Joe first. Yeah, I always serve Joe first when we're out here. Even at the house, I'll serve him first and serve myself, because that's what he'll do when he's done cooking. He'll say, dinner's ready. If I don't go serve myself, he'll serve me. Make me a plate, you know. So I think, did he get his plate already? Because I'm busy telling you the story about Jory's gift. Oh, that's his plate. And then I just go back through it again. I have to cover everything from the sand blowing, right? And I go back and I make my plate. And I took a bottle of kombucha each out here for us to drink, because we don't do sodas anymore if we don't have to. And I have it on ice because I don't want that thing to explode. All right, so I'm making my little plate. Put a little bit of the rice, the potato, the roast, the chicken, and I brought salad. Oh, see where I'm keeping all my cutlery and the keys and the wallet and stuff like that. So in here you're supposed to put warm things, but it didn't fit all that warm stuff that we brought. So I just put my stuff here to keep it safe. I did a review on this bag already. See all the ice stuff here? The coleslaw, grapes, the vegetables, the cakes, everything that's cold goes in this part. So see all the stuff we had to carry on our shoulders? I'm like, Joe, this hurts. And I'm eating. We're sitting on the blanket Gary gave me years ago. Gary is my beautiful friend that you'll see come up on camera soon. He's gonna come visit me soon. And Joe's eating the Costco cake. He's eating the carrot cake. He eating everything. When we go to the beach, Joe eats nonstop. Look at my beautiful Santa Monica beach. So now I'm kind of messing around on my phone, see what's going on in the news. It's all about you know who and meeting you know who. So I'm like, I'm not interested. So I put that away. And I'm putting on my hat to show you guys. And why y'all didn't tell me my hat was like on wrong where the seam was in the front. So now I fixed it, covered up again. I still don't know the news about my friend at this point, okay? Still didn't know anything because I didn't open Facebook. I just kind of opened YouTube and closed back the phone. I didn't want to be depressed today, right? With looking at the news. So I'm having fun posing, that you guys see the water, just enjoying myself. And then at some point I opened my phone and I opened Facebook and I saw somebody that I don't know they wrote a post and it says so and so, her name is feeling sad with so and so, and they tagged my friend Johnnie and they put RIP. So of course my heart leapt into my mouth and I was like, RIP? What the heck, what happened though? You know, so I'm like, Joe, come back. Joe, I think Johnny's dead. Joe. And this is the same way I found out about my friend Linda back in the year that my mom passed. Somebody had tagged her in something on Facebook. I'm still showing you the beach scene while I talk, guys. And I don't really understand Facebook tags because I thought that girl was tagging Johnny to tell him about somebody else that passed. I didn't know that it was him. Joe came, looked at the phone and go, I think it's him. And then I started to scour the internet. I wrote to that girl privately and I said, hey, you know, my son is Johnny's godson. I'm his friend. And can you tell me, did he pass? When? And so then somebody went to a post that I posted back in 2017. See, right here is when I'm learning the news, okay? So I didn't learn the news until the 15th, until the day after my birthday. So I thought maybe he passed that day because the post that the lady put up was 2 hours prior. And so that person never answered me. Up to now, she hasn't answered me. You know, if you don't have them as friends in your Facebook, people don't like to open the DMs and see stuff from people, right? And so then somebody else went to the post from 2017 and said, you know, I'm so sorry to inform you that Johnny passed away today, August 14th at 6 p.m. in the convalescent home. You know, for the life of me, I can't find that post. I can't find the message. I can't find nothing. I don't know why I can't find stuff on Facebook. So I was just like, so sad. At this point, I'm very distracted and upset over the news of the loss of my friend. Joe is walking the shoreline trying to get some footage, but I can't even play this footage because the waves are crashing so loudly you will not be able to hear Joe. So I made a few phone calls to a few friends that knew Johnny, you know, like people that we went to school with, like Joshua's godmother, Eileen, and a mutual friend that we have, and also a couple of my family members who have met him, but I have nobody else to call to find out anything about Johnny because I don't know his family or friends. So let me backtrack a little bit. When I was in Belize, Johnny reached out to me and said, are these pictures that you're posting of Belize on Facebook new? Because I didn't know that you went to Belize. Remember, we weren't telling anybody. So when we got the Wi-Fi, I hit him up and I said, yeah, I'm in Belize with Tracy and Derek and Joe. And he says, oh my goodness, I'm so happy. He was surprised but not upset. And he said, I really wish that I was there with you guys, because he went to Belize before on a cruise and he wanted to go back as a tourist, right? He's not Belizean, of course. And so he said that, you know, he wanted to be there with us because he was stuck in the hospital. I asked why. He said he had a kidney stone and some other stuff. He didn't say what the other stuff was. He said by the time I got back, he would have been moved to a convalescent and then home. And so I got back July 12th. I called him. He missed the call. He called me back and I missed the call. And I'm glad I did, because if I had picked up the call, I wouldn't have had this recording right here.
Hey, this is Johnny. I was just checking in and saying hi. Didn't know if you were back yet or not, but I'm home from the hospital, and was just checking in to say hi and find out firsthand how Belize was. All right, I'll talk with you later. Hope you're well. Give me a call when you get back.
So when I heard the recording for the first time, he just sounded weak, like if he was recovering from being ill. But now that I played it back just now, it seemed like he was having some labored breathing. I'm not sure if it's just the recording, right? So, but I'm still glad that I have this recording of him, because now when you call his phone, it just goes straight to that message that says this voicemail box is full. You don't hear his voice as the outgoing message anymore. So when I didn't hear from Johnny anymore, when I was calling him and he wasn't accepting my calls or my texts, I assumed that he called his social worker and went into the convalescent home for the 1 week that his friend was going to be gone. So I kept calling every day at 11 o'clock and I kept texting saying, hey, I'm checking in, I'm checking in. No response. So I reached out to a friend of ours, a mutual friend that went to school with us, and I said, this is what's going on. Would you mind reaching out to him for me? And he did. He said as he was leaving the voicemail, Johnny called him back. And so the phone works, voila. So I was kind of upset. I have to admit, I was kind of upset. I'm like, okay, so you're going to answer him, but not me? While all the while I was still grateful that at least I knew what was going on, right? But I figured when he came out of the convalescent home, we would talk. So I was just glad that he was not at home alone. So fast forward 10 days later, from the 4th of August to August 14th, my birthday, Johnny passed away. Now, I don't know who I'm going to call to find out more information, because I don't know his friends and family. I went to his 60th birthday party and there was a bunch of friends there that he had from his childhood. This lady that's kind of gyrating in front of him, they grew up together. They're, you know, really cool friends. So this lady that's on the left, this older lady with a little ponytail, she's Johnny's first cousin. That's Johnny's dad's niece. Now, Johnny's dad died in 1993 and he was the youngest, with a big age gap between him and his siblings. So all of the rest of them had died off when Johnny was younger, and only this one line of succession besides Johnny's line, of course, that was left. So this older lady is his first cousin. The man sitting in front of Johnny, Johnny's the one sitting at the table with the gray beard, right? The one sitting in front of him with his back turned to us is Johnny's second cousin, the lady's son, and he's Johnny's age. And then he has a daughter who's in her 40s and a granddaughter who's in her 20s. They weren't at the party. The rest of them were all cool people, really great friends of Johnny's, but I didn't get any phone numbers from them. So I don't have anyone to reach out to. And I have had this conversation with Johnny several times, not just recently, but last year. If something happens to you, who will let me know? I only know you. I don't know anybody else in your circle. If something happened to me, my family would reach out to you, right? And he said, I'll fix that. I'll give the neighbor your phone number. I don't think he did that because I haven't heard from the neighbor. So I'm just going to scour Facebook to try to find out when the services are going to be, because Josh and me, we're all going to go, right? So I want to show you pictures. I met Joe in 1984 and Johnny in 1985. Joe and I got married in 1986, and a few of our classmates and Johnny came to the wedding. This is Joshua's baptism 3 years later, August of 1989. I'm glad I have all this footage that I transferred. That's my older brother with Joe and Josh as a baby, and then I'm off to the right, of course. Johnny's going to come back in the scene right now. He was a dapper dresser. Look at his black outfit with his pink tie and his little pink handkerchief. This beautiful lady right here is Joshua's godmother. She's Belizean. Her name is Eileen. I've already told her the news. She said to keep her in the loop. So Johnny's going to jump into the picture in a little while because Joe pushes him into the picture and go take a picture. Oh, Joshua has one more godfather also, and it's Joe's older brother Elroy that we met in Belize. So see, Johnny's in here taking the picture, posing with his godson. He was so proud to have Joshua as a godson because he didn't have any children. His parents loved Joshua as a grandson. You guys hear the ice in the fridge? So this is Joe's older brother. Where is he? He's going to pop into the scene right now. Elroy. Right here? Yeah. And then I have like an old picture from a distance in the church when Joshua was getting baptized. This picture here is of Johnny at Joshua's 6th birthday party. Eileen is sitting with her back turned to him. And then this is in 2019 when he took us all to lunch and we had a wonderful time with him. He really and truly didn't have anyone. If he wanted to stay in his home, he would have needed a full-time caregiver, and that's costly, as you know. So I don't know what happens next, guys. I'm going to scour the internet and see if somebody posts. You guys, when you say your prayers, please lift up the family that he has left, and even the childhood friends who loved and adored him, his college friends like me who loved and adored him, because he's going to be greatly missed.
This is the Barepantryshow.
I want to share a couple of quick stories about Johnny. When we went to college, we had to ride the bus home. We rode the Vermont bus. If you live in LA, you know what I'm talking about. So I would get off at Jefferson first, and I'd always be nervous because I was afraid that when I rang the bell to get off, the bus driver would miss my stop. And Johnny did not understand that phobia because he said, you have a bus pass. If he misses your stop, go up. He's going to stop at the next one when you ring the bell again. Just go across the street, use your bus pass, catch the next bus coming, because they come every couple of minutes, ride back down to your original stop and then continue. Or you could walk back if you wanted to. That made a lot of sense, but I was still fearful. And then I was also afraid to get off through the back door. So I would walk all the way from the back where we sat, and I would get off in the front. He would always laugh at me, but he didn't know this at the time, but he calmed my fears when I was riding the bus. Now the next story, I had just gotten married to Joe, and Eileen had a party, Joshua's godmother, and we all went to the party. Joe and I got there first. Johnny got there. I don't remember if his mom dropped him off or he caught a cab, but I remember going out to greet him and opening the door because he had the mobility issues. So when he got out the car, Joe was right behind me, and he said to me, "Hey, fool," like F-O-O, without the L, but it actually meant F-O-O-L. And I said, "Hey, fool," because that's the way we talk to each other in school, right? It was like a term of endearment. Joe didn't realize that that's how we spoke to each other, and he started to scold me in front of Johnny, saying, "No, what are you saying? You don't talk to each other like that. That's so rude, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, why is he scolding me? And so Johnny just tiptoed away from the scolding. And I said, "Hey, where you going? You started this." And he goes, "I'm not in that conversation. You guys are married. Show me to the nearest drink table." Up to his passing, we still called each other that. When I called him, well, when we finally, got caught up with each other after the Belize trip, I called and I go, "Hey, fool." And he's like, "Hey, fool, what's going on?" I don't know why that was our name for each other, because none of us were stupid.